Okay. And what do you want me to say?
Well, just tell us about yourself and your rig, and if you want to talk about your inspiration behind living in a vehicle. Do you live in this full time?
I try to live in this full time. I have a family who requires me to be in Oregon part of the time, but I prefer to be out here. But sometimes family comes first. I just spent over a year up in Astoria cuddling a brand new great-grandson, so it doesn't always work out. I retired in 2008. By 2009, by July of 2009, I decided that I had just sat there for a whole year, done nothing. So I started out in a little Dodge Caravan and did 3 months of just traveling, seeing every national park I could find. I went from, well, good morning, dear. Went from Yellowstone back over to the coast of California, back over to Colorado, back over to the coast of California. I just traveled and decided that I wanted to do this, but I had to be able to stand up. Can't do it if I can't stand up. Some people can, I can't. So this just fell into my lap. It was on Craigslist. It needed some work. I knew that it might need some mechanical work, but I was in love and I bought it.
I'm going to back up and show the outside, then I'll come show the inside if that's okay.
Sure.
So this is such a cool van. I've actually known Cheri for a few years, and we have van envy over this van. That's got to be 2 feet plus. It looks like an ice cream truck or something. Anyway, you can stand up in it, and it's compact. And she got it off of Craigslist, so that's like jackpot.
And it was already insulated.
Already insulated.
It was already insulated, which was a big idea for me because I didn't know how to insulate a van.
So did you turn that chair around?
Yes.
Is it bolted down?
It's bolted down, but it's only bolted with 2 bolts, and you can't ride in it anyway because you can't use the seatbelt.
Right.
But if it was bolted all the way back, I couldn't see out of my mirror. So anybody who's turning a chair around, make sure you can use your rear view mirror, your side view mirror. But so it's only bolted in these 2 back bolts. But it's my recliner.
Look at that. That's awesome.
It's my recliner.
So one of the things that I think really stands out about your rig is that you've got real furniture inside of it.
I have real furniture. That piece was $10. That piece was $15 at a thrift store. Yes, of course.
Okay, so you've got, I don't know how much this camera picks up the sun, and if all these videos, I need to look at them because I might be messing everything up. So you've got a Olympian.
I have an Olympian Wave 3.
Wave 3. And why that particular brand? Was it on sale? Is there any story behind it?
Everybody says that's the best. And I thought I was going to be living in this in cold weather. The black thing behind it is an old street sign.
Oh, really?
I have a very, very creative friend in Astoria, and he installed that for me.
Came out nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get the front. You've got your family pictures.
Yes. This is all storage up here.
So that opens up into a cabinet?
Yes, that opens up, and it's all the storage. The high top comes clear up like to here or something.
And so you've got the pictures, the hat, and we're just taking a little look. So it looks like some LED lights. Another piece of furniture. Got your nanners. And your plug strip.
You can see there's some things there for electrical. I have, instead of putting solar on top, this is a fiberglass top, and I know about water and fiberglass tops and driving around in the woods, they eventually crack. I have a solar panel. It's about 18 inches wide and about 18 feet long, and it rolls out on the ground and plugs in back here, and that's where my solar comes from.
So you've got a nice little bed that's full-time bed down which is another thing that Kyndal and I envy about your rig.
You know what that
full-time
bed
bed down.
is?
What is it?
It's 3 IKEA end tables and a piece of plywood.
Is it?
I needed it quick. I was ready to go.
Very budget friendly.
Put the tables together, threw them in here, and had Home Depot cut the plywood for me.
All right. Mind if I have a seat
Go
and
ahead.
check it out?
Yep. It's very comfortable.
And so you've got the Rubbermaids for storage bins. You've got these bins down here for storage bins. All budget friendly stuff.
All budget friendly.
Would you be open to saying what the price was on Craigslist when you started?
I believe it was 3,300.
Yeah.
It was either 3,300 or 3,400 or something. Just 3,000 something.
Is that what you got in? Is that what you got in it when you, before any of the modifications?
Yes. And that I knew I had to have new tires. It was scary. I bought it in Phoenix and had to drive it to Chandler. All 4 ball joints were flat out gone. I was all over the road. The tires were rags. I knew I had to put some time and money into it. So, but I fell in love with it. I knew that if I had to drop a new engine in it, I was willing to do that. But I never have had to. I had to have the transmission rebuilt and a new radiator, and 4 ball joints and the tires and miscellaneous stuff.
So you just have to expect that there's going to be a little bit of costs involved for that price being so low usually, and that's fine because look how you came out so nice.
You know, I tell everybody you've got to take the rigs to a mechanic if you don't know what you're doing. I didn't. I fell in love. I told the guy that was selling it, I said, let's take it. And in Phoenix, you have to pass their air quality thing every year for
Right.
these rigs. And I said, if it'll pass that, then you can take me to the bank and I'll give you some money.
Okay.
I didn't even have it checked out. My son looked underneath and said he didn't see any obvious leaks. That was the extent of it. I saw this, I fell in love, and I wanted it no matter what.
Well, I would say with a high top like this, even if there were some problems, that's a price where you almost just couldn't go wrong.
I
even
couldn't
if it.
go wrong.
So, would you mind if I were to ask if people were watching this video and they say, we love the van, we're thinking about doing this, I just can't figure out how does a lady go potty? Could we talk?
Of course, you
Okay.
get van dwellers together. We're going to have to talk about potty. Right there. I have a porta potty.
Okay.
I love my porta potty. Because women pee a lot. Women do. I have there's a little bowl in there inside. It just sits in there. I pee in that. Just empty it out here. You guys pee in the woods too, so we'll just empty it. So the other is what ends up in the bottom that I then go empty. So it doesn't fill up all that fast.
Okay.
That's the object in it, is it just doesn't fill up as fast.
So, I think about refrigeration. Are you using an ice chest or?
I'm using an ice chest. If it was just me in this van, I might not even bother with the ice chest. But because he gets people food, he gets boneless, skinless chicken breast and vegetables and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I cook it 2 or 3 days ahead. So it's mainly for his, and I eat the same thing he does. Makes for good diet. I cook on a butane stove that fits right under there. This is a computer. Ooh, this is a computer thing that comes then. This is my food prep area. I didn't plan it this way, but it's really cool because he can get every place in the van except up here. So I don't have to worry about him walking on my food prep area.
Okay.
That's where I cook. That's where
And you know, one thing that I would like to mention about the way that you live that is different than some people is you tend to, from what I've noticed, you don't get a lot out and put a lot out in front of your vehicle or whatever, so you can leave at the drop of a hat. You can always leave really quickly.
I never put out anything except maybe a chair if I'm doing my wire jewelry stuff, I may put that little table out there. When I'm here, I put out 2 chairs because I've got company. It's different here. Otherwise, I can close the doors, turn the key, and go.
And that's awesome.
That's the way. I do have to then move stuff down, because if I'm sitting, I tend to leave like the bottles up there and the bananas up there. But other than that,
Oh, we're almost a full day when we break camp. It's a yard sale everywhere we go.
I can't do that. It's just not in me to do that.
I'd love to be your way. We're just hoarders. We have to have bicycles and clothes and motorcycle stuff. But anyway, thank you very much.
Up there.
Okay.
See my toys? Those toys up there? I have to keep my toys away from my dog, 'cause he thinks all toys are his.
Yeah.
There are things that I couldn't leave. You know, we leave everything. When we go into this lifestyle, we abandon all of our stuff. There are dolls up there that my mother made for me. There are dolls I made for my mother and my grandmother. There is memorabilia up there. I have up there the teddy bears. I have 2 teddy bears that belong to my little brother when he was about this big, and he's gone now. He died a while back. So I have his teddy bears. You gotta keep some cool stuff.
And you do, and you found a way to keep it out of the way.
Yep. The birdhouse my grandson gave me. The reflectix on the other side of you. People are always interested in window coverings. Those are all cut to fit every window in here. And so I just bungeed them to the wall, and that seems to work.
So between the reflectix and the Olympian heater, you're really not bashful about being in any temperatures, are you?
No, I'm comfortable. I don't have air conditioning, but I also have these light blocking curtains on here, and back there. So.
Well, cool. Thanks a lot for showing us your rig.
Yes. I love my rig. It's home. It's Hulk. This
That's
is
right.
Hulk. His name is Hulk, and he takes good care of me.
That's right. Oh, you do the jewelry classes.
I do jewelry classes. I do wire jewelry. I love to teach it. When I come to RTR, I always do a couple of classes. And if anybody's interested, they just find me, and we just do up something.
And Cheri is very generous. She provides all of the stones and the wire and the tools in these classes. They get to be a pretty big size. Do you sell any of it, or is there anything that you're doing online that you want to talk about?
I don't do a lot of selling. You know, some of the best sales that I've done, though, is if you stop in a rest area or in a campground, and you put a couple things out on the table, and you sit there and do wire jewelry, and you have a couple pieces there. Somebody's going to come by to see what you're doing and buy it. It's amazing.
Well, some of your jewelry is very amazing. So, well, all right. Thanks a lot, and thanks.